Hi, I'm Jenny with SimpleDaisy, and in this video we are unboxing the Scrapbooking and Creative Kits from the August 2025 Flutterby collection. I am really excited to unbox this Scrapbooking Kit from the Flutterby collection. It comes in the plastic folder that is nice and sturdy and also has a Velcro closure. And it is full of many wonderful things to scrapbook with. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna pull out the papers first. We have beautiful double-sided papers, and what that means is that they have patterns on both sides. So we receive 2 of each pattern. This has a beautiful wildflower vintage feel, and it's so pretty. Watercolor with a little bit of vintage text on the background as well as the butterflies. And then this beautiful gradient with the faint stripes, also text, and then the flowers as well. Very, very pretty. So then you can see those are all those same patterns. And then on the back side, the green fern pattern, which is so pretty, the labels and stamps, and then there is that watercolor gradient as well. And then also there are 2 sheets of white cardstock, the same weight and texture. It's beautiful for stamping, using for cards, all kinds of different projects. Next, we have a sheet of rub-on transfers, and they have a variety of shapes and sizes. So we have a lot of flowers, a couple of butterflies, and then a handful of vintage elements as well. We also have our chipboard stickers. So these are printed on chipboard that are nice and thick, and then they have an adhesive back. Also a sheet of phrase stickers. They're black with white text, and these are wonderful for accenting your photos and so many different applications as well, but I personally love to use them, you know, like overlapping a little bit with my pictures. Then we have these incredible butterfly stickers. They're 3-dimensional. I'm going to take them out so hopefully I can show them to you and you can see the different. I'm afraid it's going to probably be very hard to pick up on camera, but okay, so you can see their variety of colors, and they have 2 different layers, and in between the 2 layers is a little piece of foam adhesive. So you can see that right there. And then they also, you could just pop them right off. So you have the foam adhesive on the back, but then you also have it in between the 2 layers as well. These are incredible. So they're like an acetate material. So they are, you know, translucent, I'll say. Like they're not completely see-through, obviously, but they're not opaque completely either. I mean, it's very hard to describe because the butterflies at this yellow, yes, it's opaque, but like it's printed on acetate. So take that information. All right, so then we have some of our alphabet die cuts. These are also self-adhesive. I'm not going to pull them all out. I'm only going to pull out a handful because I think you'll get the vibes. But obviously there is a full package of these, and they're just a beautiful, neutral sort of grayish, if you will, like almost craft-like, but a little bit cooler than craft-like in color. So you can see, as I said already, they are self-adhesive, and you get the idea of the font of these. They're a nice size too. They're pretty large. They're not tiny. So for example, putting one in my hand, you can see right there, you know, they're 2 inches, 1.5 inches tall, something like that off the top of my head. Very cute. All right, next up we have our ephemera. And the ephemera is so versatile in the scrapbooking kit because you get some decorative elements, but then you also get a few more journaling type elements, like pieces that you can add dates or names or labels, things like that. All right, so you can see here we have a label, a phrase that says happiness is, then we also have a little vintage stamp, florals and butterflies. I'm going to put a couple of these up here so you can take a look at the detail included on here. They're just very, very beautiful. Super colorful, but they have a little bit of vintage flair, and I love that. So we have a large tag, and then a little leaf, a tag with a fern leaf. So as you can see, lots of decorative elements. These are also self-adhesive, so all you have to do is pull the back off and then you can stick them directly to your projects. Super cute, right? Okay, next we have another type of ephemera, and these are so pretty. These are vellum, and they are all different bright colored wildflowers, and then also a couple of butterflies as well. So these are going to be a little bit harder to see, obviously, because they're vellum, but you have, for example, you have this little purple floral right here, a large bouquet, as you can see by the size of my hand, how big that is. But then you also have lots of others as well. Fern, a stamp, little flowers. Super cute, right? These are just, they're very whimsical. That's how I feel about them. They just feel very, very whimsical, thanks to both the artwork, but also the vellum as well. That helps make it feel a little bit more, I'm just going to say whimsical again for the third time, but I feel like that's the best word for how I see those little vellum die cuts. All right, last but not least, because this is not the end, we have one more item, is this stamp set. Look how cute this is. Okay, so obviously it comes in the sturdy plastic pouch, which is great for storing your stamps. And then you have this large note card on the back. And then in the center is also the butterfly, which I think would be beautiful watercolored. So pretty. But what a cool stamp set. At the bottom it says every moment tells a story. There's a checkbox, a to, date, super cute. All right, and then we also have a roll of washi tape. It has the stripes, and then also is a little bit of vintage text. Isn't that pretty? So that is the scrapbooking kit for the Flutterby collection. Now you can subscribe to just this kit and you'll receive everything you saw here. Or you can subscribe to this kit with an add-on. So let me go ahead and show you all of the add-ons that you can choose from. Okay, first add-on we're going to talk about is the 12 by 12 inch patterned paper. You receive 2 of each of the sheets, and you can subscribe to the patterned paper on its own by itself, or you can subscribe to it as an add-on with the scrapbooking kit that we already unboxed. So let's go ahead and take a look at these beautiful patterned papers. So as I already said, they are double-sided. So you have one beautiful pattern on the front, and then you have another beautiful pattern on the back. The paper is heavyweight, it's beautiful. It is also produced somewhat locally to Cocoa Daisy's headquarters at a facility where they use recycled papers and recycled inks as well. So a beautiful mix of patterns that'll work together so beautifully on their own with a different kit or as an add-on to the scrapbooking kit. Okay, so the next add-on that we are going to take a look at is the pocket cards. We received both 4x6 and 3x4 cards, and as I said already, you can receive these as an add-on with the scrapbooking kit, or you can subscribe to these on their own. I'm going to start with the 4x6 cards. A beautiful monthly card with the wildflower border. And then the back has those line drawn flowers. They're so pretty. And then there is some vintage text along the back as well. Then we have the summer bucket list card and the monthly calendar card. Cards like this are great because you can add a photo here, you can add some journaling. There are so many different ways to use a card like this that has some beautiful images, or in this case, patterns and text, but you don't have to decorate the whole card. Okay, then we have our 3x4 cards. August highlights. Family time together is the best time. Now, what's great about a card like this is that this side says family time together, and then the back side says wild and free and has some watercolor and a butterfly. If maybe you don't have any family photos from that particular month for any given reason, you don't have to use that side. You can use this side, or you may have noticed this is a beautiful purple periwinkle color. You could put a photo over it and just use the very outside for a mat as well. So lots of different options when the cards are double-sided. Also another really great versatile card because you get to choose, right? Things, books, food, people, places, memories. August is like the Sunday of summer. And then a cool review card. So again, if you're, not fond of the color or the phrase, you have a really awesome review card that you can use on the back. This says barbecue weekend, let's eat down at the bottom. Just beautiful vintage text in sort of a rainbow variant or gradient, I'm sorry. Summer playlist. I love this. It's got like the photorealistic photo type image, and then the phrase, deep breath, take a break and enjoy the moment. Just another beautiful sunny summer day. Current events. And then a monthly calendar card. This side is a Sunday start, and then this side is a Monday start. Let's go enjoy the day. Find joy in the simple things. As I said already, you can subscribe to the pocket cards all by themselves, or you can subscribe to them as an add-on with the scrapbooking kit. Next up is the Simple Notebook. Now, the Simple Notebook is a unique product because it is the size of a standard traveler's notebook, and it has some elements that are similar, but it also has some that are different. So let me show you a little bit about that. So the outside, it has a nice sturdy craft cover, keep the inside nice and protected, and then it has a beautiful cover. And then we get into our pages, and our pages have both patterned paper, and then also this has a grid. This side has a dot grid, another grid, just some beautiful artwork along the edges, a grid. I'm only pointing that out because I'm not sure if you can actually tell that level of detail on your screen. This is a ruled page. Then you have a nice blank spread in case you want to just go and do your entire own thing on one page. And then again, the printed back cover and the craft cover. So you can actually subscribe to the Simple Notebook by itself, or you can subscribe to it as an add-on with our scrapbooking kit, or you can subscribe to it and receive it with the planner kit as well. So lots of different options for this really great notebook. Next up is the Flutterby Creative Kit. The wonderful thing about this kit is that it is not specific to any type of project. There's all kinds of different items included in it that you can use in your planners, your journals, your scrapbooks, whatever you prefer. So we have a package of rub-on transfers, a variety of flowers and watercolor swatches. There is also a sheet of Kiss Cut PET stickers. So pretty. Look at all those beautiful butterflies. And then there are also some other sticker sheets as well. We have the stickers that have all the days of the week, and then these other little phrases at the bottom: takeout, to-do list, etc., etc. The alphabet stickers and the number stickers, plus some little icons. And then we have the decorative stickers. Okay, so next up we have our deco cards. Now these are really cool, so let's take a look. They come in this cute little craft pouch, which I know seems like not that big of a deal, but I think of it as multi-purpose and that you can use it in your own projects. I love this. It's got the little photorealistic photo, enjoy the quiet life. They're great for tucking behind photos in little pockets. I like to actually use them in like a collage sort of format. Ooh, this one's so pretty too. Hopefully you can get a good look at that and the camera will cooperate. It's very pretty. Wild and free, bloom like a boss. Deep breath, take a break, and enjoy the moment. And do more of your favorite things. Perfect, right? Okay, so then next up, we have our little ephemera. These are self-adhesive. Also, the deco cards, not self-adhesive. You'll need to add your favorite adhesive to the back of those. However, this ephemera is self-adhesive. Okay, you can see there's a little tab in there I'm not going to pull out, but you have a wide variety of ephemera in this package. So you have some of the small tabs, and then you have a weekend bunting banner, so cute. And then there's like a little vintage postage stamp, a fern, a flower, like a line drawn flower, and then leaves and ferns. Hopefully you can see that and it's focusing nicely. Just a wide variety of, I don't know if they're actually technically considered wildflowers because I don't know anything about wildflowers, but to me they look like wildflowers. Then, oh yeah, that's also the head of a flower. And more of the small tabs, which are great for journals and planners and notebooks. Just, they're really, really versatile. I also like to stick them on the edge of a photo. So if you want to put a person's name or a date or something like that. So you can see lots and lots of beautiful little accents that all you have to do is peel the back off and stick them right onto your project. Now, also included is one of our favorite little sticker books, if I can get it out of the packaging. So you can see here, it's just a small little guy, maybe 2x3, and inside are self-adhesive, hence the name stickers, little individual washi stickers with gorgeous designs on the inside, and a variety of them too. So like, for example, you have, just phrases, but then you also have beautiful artwork from the collection as well. These definitely stretch your kits so far, and they're really fun to use in, you guessed it, a wide variety of different projects. So yeah, lots and lots and lots of those included in this cute little book. Then we have something very exciting. We have a butterfly stencil. I'm going to show this to you on my hand. And it works beautifully with the stamp set included in the creative kit. So you can see you can use this stencil to add a little bit of beautiful color to your stamps. I think this one is actually supposed to maybe go this way. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. And I don't want to take the time to do that, but you can see by looking at the bottom one right here how beautifully that works together. Now you can just blend some ink right there. So gorgeous. Sounds very, very fun, and I look forward to doing that. And then we also have a gorgeous roll of standard size washi tape. And this one has, hopefully you'll be able to see the detail, it has some dots on the background, and then it has just a bunch of different colored butterflies throughout. There we go, I got that little edge. As I said when unboxing the scrapbooking kit, it's just very, very whimsical and beautiful, but it's got definitely a rainbow sort of pattern in the colors. So pretty. So again, this is the Flutterby Creative Kit, and you can subscribe to it on the CocoDaisy website.